A Silverado rolled into my bay 2 days ago. The owner did everything by the book. Oil changes every 5,000 miles, like clockwork. But at 86,000 miles, the lifter started ticking. Then one collapsed completely. When we pulled the engine apart, I knew what happened. It was the wrong oil specification. He had been using that oil since he bought the truck. Here are 8 engine oil mistakes killing Chevy engines right now. Some of these will save you from a $6,000 lifter replacement. One of them is probably happening in your truck right now, and all of them are way more common than you would think. Number 8, not using Detso's certified oil. This is the biggest mistake Chevy owners make, and most people do not even know what Detso's means. If you own a Chevy built after 2011, your engine requires Detso's oil. Not optional. Detso's is GM's oil specification. It is more than just a marketing term. Oils that meet Detso's standards have been tested specifically for the issues that plague modern Chevy engines. Better piston deposit control, better protection against low-speed pre-ignition, improved timing chain wear resistance, enhanced protection for active fuel management and dynamic fuel management systems. These are not theoretical benefits. These address real problems that Chevy engines have. If you look at your oil cap, it will say Detso's 1D or Detso's 2. 1D is for gasoline engines, 2 is for diesels. The oil bottle needs to have the Detso's certification logo. Not all synthetic oils have it, even good quality synthetic oils from major brands. If it does not say Detso's on the bottle, do not use it in your Chevy. And here is what happens when you do not use Detso's oil. Your engine warranty can be voided. GM has denied warranty claims because owners used non-Detso's oil. That 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty you paid for, it is worthless if you are not using the specified oil. I have seen customers stuck with $7,000 engine repairs because they saved $5 per oil change using non-certified oil. One guy had a 2019 Silverado with a failed lifter at 58,000 miles, still under warranty. GM pulled the oil analysis, found he had been using non-Detso's oil, and denied the entire claim. He paid $6,200 out of pocket. The other issue is that non-Detso's oils do not protect against the specific wear patterns Chevy engines experience. Active fuel management systems, the cylinder deactivation technology in 5.3 and 6.2 V8 engines, create unique stress on lifters. When cylinders deactivate and reactivate thousands of times per drive, the lifters undergo extreme pressure cycles. Detso's oil has additives specifically formulated for this. Regular synthetic oil, even high-quality stuff, does not have the same protection. That is why lifter failures are so common in trucks that do not use Detso's oil. Number 7. Using 5W30 when your Chevy needs 0W20. This is a big one for newer trucks. A lot of Silverados and Sierras from 2019 forward need 0W20 oil. Not 5W30, 0W20, and definitely not 5W30. The 0W means the oil flows better in cold temperatures. It gets to critical engine components faster during cold starts. That's when most engine wear happens. During those first 30 seconds after you start the engine, before oil pressure builds up fully, components are running with minimal lubrication. Thinner oil reduces that wear window, but the bigger issue is fuel economy. Chevy engineered these engines to meet strict fuel economy standards. Part of that is using thinner oil. When you use 5W30 instead of 0W20, you increase internal friction. The engine has to work harder to pump thicker oil, and your fuel economy drops. Over time, that extra friction creates heat and wear. I had a customer with a 2021 Silverado. He insisted on using 5W30 because that's what his dad always used. At 40,000 miles, his fuel economy was 15% worse than EPA estimates. His engine was burning half a quart of oil every 1,000 miles. The thicker oil was causing excessive blow by past the piston rings. Once we switched him to 0W20, oil consumption dropped and fuel economy improved. But the damage was already done. That engine will probably need rings before 100,000 miles. Your owner's manual and oil cap tell you exactly what viscosity General Motors engineers specified for your engine. Follow it. Not what you think is better, not what worked in your old truck. What the engineers calculated using millions of dollars of testing. Number 6. stretching oil changes past the General Motors recommended interval. This kills more Chevy engines than almost anything else. People think because it is synthetic oil, they can go 12,000 or 15,000 miles between changes. You cannot. The General Motors official recommendation for most vehicles is 7,500 miles or 12 months with Dexos synthetic oil. If you have severe driving conditions, that drops to 3,000 miles. Severe driving conditions include idling for extended periods, driving in stop-and-go traffic, short trips under 10 miles where the engine does not fully warm up, towing or hauling, dusty or dirty environments, and use as police vehicles, taxis, or delivery vehicles. If you daily drive your truck, you are probably in severe service. The big problem with Chevys, especially V8 engines with active fuel management, is oil breakdown. When cylinders deactivate, the oil in those cylinders gets hotter because there is no combustion cooling. That oil breaks down faster. The additives deplete quicker. Even though it is synthetic, it is working harder in a Chevy V8 engine than in most other engines. I see Silverados come in with 10,000 or 12,000 miles on the oil. The oil is thin and dark. It smells burnt. Owners say it is synthetic, so it is fine. It is not fine. That oil has lost its ability to protect your engine. The anti-wear additives are gone. The detergents that keep sludge suspended are depleted. You are running on base oil with minimal protection. This is how lifters fail. The most common expensive repair on Chevy V8 engines is collapsed lifters. A huge percentage of those failures happen in trucks that went too long between oil changes. The lifters rely on oil pressure and clean oil to function. Degraded oil leads to lifter failure. Lifter failure leads to a $4,000 to $6,000 repair. All of that is preventable by changing your oil on schedule. Number 5. Using oil that does not meet the current General Motors specification. This is technical, but it is crucial. Dexos has evolved. There is Dexos 1, Dexos 1 Generation 2, and now Dexos 1D. If you are using oil that only meets the older Dexos 1 standard, you are not giving your engine adequate protection. Dexos 1D was introduced in 2023. It has better low-speed pre-ignition protection, which is critical for turbocharged engines. It offers better oxidation resistance and improved fuel economy performance. If your Chevy was built after 2020, it probably requires Dexos 1D. The oil bottle will say what specification it meets. Look for Dexos 1D on the label. If it just says Dexos 1, it is the old spec. It might technically work, but it is not optimized for your engine. And given that oil costs about the same regardless of which specification it meets, there is no reason to use outdated oil. I have seen engines with sludge buildup because owners used oil that met the minimum spec, but was not formulated for their specific engine. Over 60,000 to 70,000 miles that accumulates. It clogs oil passages, it gums up variable valve timing solenoids. Eventually something fails. A $300 variable valve timing solenoid repair, or a $7,000 engine if oil starvation causes bearing damage. Number 4. Buying cheap oil that claims to be Dexos but is not actually certified. This is becoming a bigger problem. You go to Walmart or AutoZone and there is oil on sale for $20 for a 5-quart jug. The label says it meets Dexos standards, but when you look closer, the label only says it meets the requirements of Dexos, and it is not officially certified. There is a difference. Officially, Dexos certified oil has been tested by General Motors. It passed laboratory tests and real-world engine tests. The manufacturer pays General Motors for that certification. The bottle will have the official Dexos logo, not just words claiming it meets the specification. Oil that says it meets the requirements of Dexos has not actually been certified. The manufacturer may think their oil would pass the tests, but they have not paid for certification. Maybe it is good oil, maybe it is not. You are gambling with your engine. I always recommend sticking with oils that have the official Dexos certification logo. Mobil 1, Pennzoil Platinum, Castrol Edge, Valvoline, Ake Delco. These are certified. You know they have been tested. The cheap house brand oil at the discount auto parts store might be fine. But is saving $10 worth risking your engine warranty? Remember, if your engine fails under warranty and you cannot prove you used Dexos certified oil, General Motors can deny your claim. Keep your receipts. Buy oil that is actually certified. It is cheap insurance against a denied warranty claim. Number 3. Not checking your oil level between changes. Modern Chevrolet vehicles, especially V8 engines with cylinder deactivation, burn oil. Some burn a lot of oil. General Motors considers burning 1 quart every 2,000 miles to be within normal specification. That is not a defect. That is how these engines operate. If you have a 5.3-liter or 6.2-liter V8 and you are going 7,500 miles between oil changes, you could be down 3 to 4 quarts by the time you change your oil. Most of these engines only hold between 6 and 8 quarts total. Running with the oil level half of full increases wear exponentially. The oil that is left gets hotter. It breaks down faster. The oil pump works harder trying to maintain pressure. Critical components like the timing chain and lifters do not get adequate lubrication. This is how engines that should last 200,000 miles fail at 90,000. Check your oil at least once a month. Pull the dipstick, wipe it clean, reinsert it fully, pull it back out and check the level. If you are below the full mark, add oil. It takes 3 minutes. This simple habit will extend your engine's life dramatically. If you are consistently burning more than 1 quart every 2,000 miles, document it. Take photos of the dipstick. Keep track of how much oil you are adding. If your engine fails and it is under warranty, that documentation proves the engine had a problem. Without documentation, General Motors can argue you did not maintain it properly. Number 2. Mixing different brands or types of oil. You are low on oil. You add whatever's in your garage. Half a quart of Castrol that has been there for 2 years mixes with the mobile one already in your engine. Should be fine, right? Usually it is, but not always. Different oil brands use different additive packages. When you mix them, those additives can interact unpredictably. They might not be compatible. The result is reduced protection. You can get sludge formation and accelerated oil breakdown. This is especially problematic if you mix Dexos certified oil with non-Dexos oil. The Dexos additives that protect against low-speed pre-ignition and AFM lifter wear get diluted. You lose the protection you paid for. Your engine is running on something that is not fully Dexos compliant anymore. If you need to add oil between changes, buy a quart of the same oil you use for oil changes. Keep it in your garage and use that brand and specification. If you absolutely cannot get the same oil and you are dangerously low, at least match the viscosity and make sure whatever you add is Dexos certified. 0W20 Dexos to 0W20 Dexos, even from different brands, is better than mixing specifications. And if you do mix oils out of necessity, get your oil changed sooner. Do not push it to the full 7,500 mile interval. The mixed oil will not give your engine optimal protection. Cut the interval short by 1,000 or 2,000 miles. Number 1. Using oil additives or stop leak products. Walk down the aisle at any parts store and you will see bottles of additives. You will see products that claim to stop oil burning, quiet noisy lifters, improve fuel economy, or extend oil life. Almost all of them are snake oil at best and engine killers at worst. Modern Dexos oil already has every additive your Chevy engine needs. Adding more does not improve protection. It disrupts the carefully engineered additive balance. You may reduce the effectiveness of the anti-wear compounds or cause detergents to drop out of solution. You are making the oil worse, not better. Stop leak products are particularly bad. They work by causing seals to swell. That might temporarily stop a small leak. Swollen seals do not seal properly. They deform, and eventually they fail completely, leaving you with a bigger leak than you started with. Plus, some of these products thicken the oil, which reduces flow to critical components. Lifter noise additives are just as bad. If your lifters are ticking, that is a symptom of a problem. Low oil level, wrong oil, degraded oil, or a failing lifter. Adding a bottle of mystery chemicals does not fix the underlying issue. It only masks the noise temporarily while the problem gets worse. There is exactly one scenario where oil additives make sense. If General Motors releases a technical service bulletin recommending a specific additive for a known issue, then follow that bulletin. Random bottles from the parts shelf based on what the guy behind the counter recommends, do not use them. If your engine is burning oil, fix the cause. If your lifters are noisy, diagnose why. Do not dump in additives hoping they will solve a problem that requires actual repair. You are just delaying the inevitable failure and probably making it more expensive when it finally happens. So there you have it. 8 oil mistakes destroying Chevy engines: not using Dexos certified oil, wrong viscosity, stretching oil changes too long, using outdated specifications, buying uncertified cheap oil, not checking oil level, mixing different oils, using unnecessary additives. Any one of these can shorten your engine's life. 2 or 3 together, you are looking at major engine problems before 100,000 miles. Use the right oil, change it on schedule, and check it regularly. Your Chevy will last. Subscribe because the next video I am covering the 5 maintenance items Chevy dealers skip that will cost you thousands down the road.